We'll be on them like pepperoni on pizza.
Hi, good evening and welcome to Gamechat. I'm Eric and this is
Sheen.
This is our new podcast where we just talk about the games we played, beat or not beat, get into the meat and bones of them, meat and potatoes, do a deep dive, and pick them apart. We'll still be doing the normal podcast, Gamechat and Chill, but as a bonus, we will be adding these episodes in randomly as we do them. So join us for this new edition to Gamechat and Chill. Alright, so let's get into this. I gotta find it right. Alright, so this week we are doing it on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So this is Gamechat episode 3. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge came out in 2022. It is a beat 'em up style of game. It was inspired by the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon series and is the same style animation as the arcade and home console games. Made by Konami, developed by Tribute Games. You can find it on Linux, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS5, Android, iOS. What was the iOS? I can't remember what that abbreviation is. The game features 2 different modes, arcade mode and story mode. We only played one, right? Story mode, yeah. We've only played story mode so far. So story mode allows you to exchange collected points for health, extra lives, additional combat moves, and there's a special ability called Radical Mode, which is one of those buttons you press and it goes, hey, it goes crazy all over the place.
Each one with their own ability.
Yeah, everyone has their own.
Yep.
You can play by yourself or co-op and online with up to 6 players. Now there are a lot of characters to choose from. Each one has their own special. Each one has their own special combos. We just talked about that. Me and my boys all beat this game when it first came out. The game starts off. You're watching Vernon on the TV. Krang shows up, does something. Bebop, Rocksteady interrupt, and then the game starts off with beating up the purple versions of the foot. There's the purple guys. Work your way through the building until you run into Bebop, which is the first boss. You remember him? For like a minute, and that's the end of that first episode. So you remember, it wasn't too bad playing that one, right? The first, usually like the first levels are pretty easy anyways.
It's pretty intro, it's basic. It's getting intense, but I think it's still enough to get right into the thick of things. Moving around.
It's not very difficult to like kind of learn what you got to do.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much with the environment they had to worry about and stuff. Maybe later, where you're walking, where you're jumping, and stuff like that.
In stage 2, you're downtown.
Yep.
Yeah, run into the Mousers. Yep, purple guys, yellow guys, pink guys, or Foot Clan guys. Make our way through until we run into Rocksteady, which is the second boss. We fight him for another minute, and then you're in episode 3. And so both those guys, I guess it was kind of an introduction to the characters kind of thing. Like, okay, there's this guy. Here's Bebop. Here's Rocksteady. Not much of a fight. I mean, it is what it is. Those fights. They literally, when I was watching the video, there's literally like a minute for each guy. But that's just the first time we fight them. Episode 3, we start off. We're on skateboards. Remember that, like jet ski skateboard things, rocket boards, whatever. Have to avoid cones, walls, or barriers. The sewage holes, the lids are missing, so you got to watch out for those. You got some blue guys, you got some green guys, some purple foot, flying mouser things. Just kind of remember those robot things were flying around.
Oh yeah.
And attacking. I don't remember what they were. They're not mousers, but they're some kind of robot flying things.
Variant.
Eventually, we run back into Bebop and Rock City both at the same time, but this time they're in a monster truck, and it's called the Turtle Tenderizer. I like that one. They start throwing bombs. We got to duck from them while jumping at them and hitting them while they're also trying to run you over. Battle takes about 2 minutes, but then off to episode 4. So what do you think about that battle? I remember it being a pain. Like it wasn't hard, but just trying to get up to hit them. Like you kept on getting the bombs at you, and it was kind of annoying because you couldn't really get too close without getting hit. Like I kept on getting hit and getting
It's
hit.
the
And
timing with everything.
Yeah.
It's just, with any boss, it's just, I don't want to say like, well, that's with everything, but, each has its own particular things you have to be on guard for and what their attacks are and how to counterattack effectively to survive. And then the next one.
As battle takes around around 2 minutes to beat him up, then off to episode 4. Episode 4 starts off at Central Park Zoo. Remember that?
Zoo. Oh,
The zoo.
with the animals?
Yep.
Well, yeah, zoo.
Yeah,
Animals,
obviously.
of course. But
You get the purple guys. This is where
Yeah.
I think the archers come into play. The green
Mhm.
ones, maybe. Hold on, let's see. The purple foot throwing things at you, and the green ones shooting arrows. Yep, at you.
Yeah.
Sewer holes to fall into.
I think the first half is pretty. It's not too bad, and then you start getting into things that are
then
picking
you
up.
got monkeys throwing. Remember, monkeys were throwing stuff at you. A rhino stampede.
Environment and yep.
Yep. Then the next boss fight is the ground chuck. And dirtbag. Remember there was like there's ground chuck and dirtbag. There's like a groundhog and something else. And the one would dig underground and make holes you'd fall into, and they'd stab you with a shovel.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was kind of a pain in the butt, but it wasn't horrible. They run the crap out. So they ran the crap out of us, and curb stomp every chance they get, dig holes to fall into, and blind us. Oh yeah, they had the headlamp. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
That blind us with the headlamp. That fight lasts around 3 minutes. That was a kind of a crazy fight. And then we're on to episode 5.
Rat King.
Episode 5, it's called King of the Spill.
Mm-hmm.
In the sewers of New York,
Yep.
starts off fighting Pink Foot Clan, Purple, Blue, and Mousers. Work our way through until the next boss fight, which is Tempestra. She was a chick, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Did she whip you with the hair? I can't remember. I think
Tempestra?
almost
I
like
think
Shiva
it's
from
along with
Mortal
the kind
Kombat, or no, she electrocuted. Let's see, it was Tempestra and Razor. Well, it was oh yeah, Tonka's in there too, and
Tonka and Razor?
yeah, Tonka and
Yeah.
Razor.
Okay.
She spins and electrocutes you. Tonka comes out and starts fighting. Then you have to fight all three together
So
at
many
once.
bosses, yeah.
Yep, that's about a 3 minute fight, and I think she was the first one we got. Then you had to go after the other two. Tonka was the last one, I think. Was it the turtle or the wolf? I can't remember which one. But anyways, we got him eventually. Episode 6 is the rooftop one. Remember? Roof running reptiles. Starts off with Bebop, Rocksteady holding Krang's parts.
Mm-hmm.
They see us and run away. We are met by Krang, the Foot Clan, the Purple Foot Clan, making our way across the rooftop. Being careful not to fall off, because I think I fell off of one of them. We were met by White Foot Clan, which is a new one. Purple ones, green ones, and then another boss fight with Bebop and Rocksteady, and a bat this time. Now, let's see which one.
Can I ask you a quick short question?
Sure.
Who do you think would be the best turtle?
The best
to
turtle
play? Yeah.
to play?
Yeah. I know we're going like in the story and stuff, but just for playability and stuff, opinion on that real quick.
I'm guessing it'd be a toss up between Raphael or Leonardo. I bet.
See, because I know like
But probably Leonardo.
some games they have their strengths, weaknesses, or however. I've always leaned more toward Leonardo myself, even though I like them all for their own
Yeah, a lot of people love
skills.
Leonardo.
Because they all have different weapons. But I heard that Donatello was the one to have for
Really?
solo runs, or in most Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, Donatello is the one to go with.
Really?
This is like, I know we talked about this before, so that's why I brought it this real quick to say.
Yeah,
what do
I'm
you
trying to
think
think,
I'm
like, why would they?
going through? But
Right.
not to go off course, but
All right. Well, that's interesting. If you guys know anything about that, leave a comment. Let us know. What's
favorite
your
characters,
thoughts?
cool.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the Foot Clan. We got the
Mhm.
purple ones, the green ones. The white ones were introduced, and then I know there's blue ones and light blue ones, and then like every single one of them have their own little
Yeah, you got to pay
special
attention to that because what the color is
level
what they're gonna
of
do.
battle. Yeah,
Mhm.
some of them have the spears, some had the bows and arrows,
Mhm.
some are throwing bombs.
Mhm.
So like every single one of them had their own little style of. You had to
Yeah.
watch out for what
Color coordinated.
Yeah, color.
Mhm.
And you could tell by the color of them, what what you're going to be up against.
Mhm.
So anyways, so Bebop, Rocksteady, and a bat guy flies off with Krang's body. Oh yeah, the bat guy flies off of Krang's body because they're trying to collect all the body parts
Right.
together to build Krang.
Mhm.
Bebop has a big gun this time, and we fight them for a couple minutes. Then on to episode 7 or 8, I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, we don't fight the bat yet. The bat fight does come into play eventually. But yeah, he was kind of a pain in the butt because he'd shoot you with that stupid gun.
That was a pain if you didn't get it right. Um, I'm trying to think more.
Yeah,
Pardon me, I'm visualizing trying to
yeah,
get
I'm
it.
trying to remember the fight because it's kind of vague. I just remember doing it, and he was being a pain in the butt with that gun. But usually, I don't know. I think it was balanced right though. I think the way that like the difficulty level in it, I think it was fine.
Mhm.
He wasn't too hard. He wasn't too easy. He was just annoying. Um. So
So this is episode 8. What we're talking about? This,
I
get
believe
back on-
yeah, I believe we're in episode 8.
Okay.
I
So
think.
Panic in the Sky.
Um. Yes, Panic in the Sky. Yep, Manhattan skyline. Now this one,
Hey, Lindy.
we were flying on the hoverboards,
Mm.
and then you can see like the turtle blimp in the background.
Yep.
Fighting Foot Clan with jetpacks. They're scooting around on them. The kites. They were launching themselves off kites, and then got to dodge missiles while we get to the bat. And this is where we meet Wingnut. Um, now I don't remember. What we had to do to beat him, but I think it was. Oh yeah, we couldn't hit him. Every time we were trying to fight him, we couldn't because he kept on flying. Or is that Baxter Stockman that was doing that?
Baxter, he was in there too.
Yeah, I don't remember where Baxter Stockman's fight is. But I know I wrote about him. I just don't remember where.
I think he was later, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, could have been. So, anyways, so we defeat Wingnut. On to episode 9, which is the boss was Leatherhead, and some of these I jumped ahead a little too far because I was trying to fast forward through it, and then I got way too far ahead, and I had to jump around, so I didn't have time to like watch the boards.
Punk frogs.
Yeah, so yeah, one of these boards you ran into the punk frogs.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
one
cameos.
was
I think there are a little bit that pop up here and there. It's like one of those things you want to look out for
Yeah.
as you're going
that?
through.
Yeah, and
The
then
characters on the side.
April O'Neil's friend there. There's Vernon. There was
They had their own episodes, right?
the frogs. The
Or you could go more into.
who's that other crap?
Was that the one reporter? Well, yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
she was. Yeah,
Was it a female? The
the
girl?
female
I'm trying to
girl.
think.
Yeah,
Okay.
was she in there?
I'm trying to think. Yeah. They all had their own little side mission thing to do, if I remember.
Yeah, Vernon was tied up in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember. Anyways,
She had
so yeah,
glasses.
the
I'm trying to
boss
think of
fight
her
was
name.
Leatherhead. I don't remember how that went, but I remember we fought against them.
I didn't think that they were bad, even though, I mean, because, other than kind of the chuckles of, like, with his, Cajun accent and,
Yeah.
going down the ground, but probably a little more difficult solo, but
Oh yeah, I did write it down. So Crisis at Carney Island. We start off with purple guys, Foot Clan. So now we have introduced the Blackfoot Clan. So yeah, we had to fight them, work our way through the board until we got to Leatherhead. We defeated him. I don't remember how long of a fight that was. Probably wasn't too long because it was just a single boss. Usually the single bosses were around a minute. If there's more, then it'd be like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And if there's more, then like depending on how many bosses there was, then
they can
that's
add-
basically like how long it took to defeat them. I noticed there's a pattern there. Boss 10 let's say so after you get past that, then flying. There's flying mousers. Let's see. So the 10th boss was Metalhead. We had to fight against Metalhead.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that fight at all, or
The turtle that looked.
yeah, the turtle one? I just remember. Oh, didn't he have like the stretched arms that would shoot
Mhm.
out at you or something? So you had to watch out for that. And then the next one was let's see. The next boss was Capizorax Tri boss. I think that was the dinosaur one, right? Yeah, Captain
So that's after.
Zorax.
So then
Tri.
after the stampede thing.
Was there a stampede in that one?
Maybe that's the next board. Because I'm just trying to think. Because I remember the dinosaur ones. That was getting more tough. Because
Yeah,
they're more
yeah.
thick skinned.
Yep.
But then you get the other dinosaurs because they run through and,
Yeah.
and not just like the different ones. That
But
you
the
actually
boss
play
was
with.
you end up fighting
Mhm.
Captain Zorax,
Yep.
the Triceratops guy.
Yes. Yep.
Um, And then, oh yeah, so then after that, boss 12 was Baxter Stockman.
There we go.
Yep. And then he flies around, shocking you, or shooting you where you have to jump all over.
Just like a
Meanwhile,
fly. Just really just a pain.
really
in the-
annoying.
Yeah, annoying.
Mousers
Yeah.
attack us on the ground, and lasers from the sides. Remember the three laser beams
Mhm.
from the sides blast us, and that one was probably a couple minutes. Anyways, that took a good couple minutes to defeat him because
You got
he
your
was
footwork.
annoying. He was annoying because he kept on zipping around, flying around, and you couldn't hit him right. So that was the kind of a tricky one to get. But we got him.
I actually liked it because like say like with Turtles in Time, he's kind of early on. He's on one side of the building, where this is like it's a more legit fight.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight there. Let's see. So episode and that was episode 12, boss. So episode 13 would be Technodrome. So this is where we get into Technodrome. It's called Technodrome Redux
Redo.
Kanang. What is his name? Knang. Krang's Minions. Duh. Krang's Minions. So yeah, those remember like the rock guys or whatever. What are those guys
Mhm.
called? They had the
Oh.
circle head and the big
Mhm.
stocky. They kind of remind me of those rock guys from He-Man. Remember? Kind of similar to that. So you have to fight against them. You got
I was just thinking, was it Zach? ZAK cameo?
there's white ones, there's orange ones, and then the Chrome Dome boss fight.
The Stone Warrior? Anyway, that didn't work.
So what the heck was the episode 13 boss fight? Do you remember?
Um,
I don't have it written down.
trying to think
oh,
the Power Pizza, didn't you?
Was it? Yeah, was it the Krang minions for the boss fight? I don't know. I can't remember. I forgot to write it down.
Mhm.
Anyways, in the Chrome Dome boss fight, episode 14, you go in. You go in. You got to fight off the Foot Clan. You got the sand missile traps. Slash boss fight. And Slash was the other turtle. Remember, he had the spikes on his back, the really big metal spikes kind of thing. He spins around. Boulders drop, and he catches the one. And he throws it at you. You gotta try to avoid it, and you can't.
Yeah, the obstacles you can't. It's like
All
two
the-
hits and you're yeah.
Yeah, all the rocks are dropping down on you.
Yep.
He runs around it. He runs. He throws. He throws one at us. After about a 2-minute boss fight, we defeat him. On to episode 15. Episode 15, we fight the Foot Clan. More purple ones, pink ones, blue ones, orange ones. That's a new one. Is the orange ones. And a robot spider thing. Remember they were riding like that robot spider. They had the two handlebars and they're sitting in it. It's like a robot spider just moving around, and you had to defeat it.
Explosives.
I can't remember what the heck it was. Some kind of a robot spider.
There's a pain.
There's a pain.
Mhm.
Then we fight Krang's body parts. His top spins, and the bottom chases you around. We defeat him, and then enters Shredder.
Oh, what about wasn't the Statue of Liberty? The red.
Yeah, it's
lady?
coming up. It's
Okay.
coming up.
Yeah. All right.
He divides into three. We both gotta gang up on him until we get him. or until we get, yeah, we get him. Then episode 16 is fighting the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah, because you get him
controlled by Crane.
Yep, yep. Because he comes
So this
back.
is where we get into one of the main boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
Crane transforms into Liberty Crane or whatever it is. He
Mhm.
takes over the Statue of Liberty, and it leans into the building and then like slams the fist down and it sends out a shockwave and you got to try to jump that, and then she's
It's
got
challenging.
lasers that shoot out of her eyes and a big laser comes out of the mouth, and you can't just go up and start beating. You got to wait for the timing to be right. Like she has to be leaned in close to you. You can't really attack her when she's standing up and away. You can only attack when she's leaned in. You do that for so long, maybe a minute, and oh yeah, so she's leaning the building, slams it, then also shockwave knocks you over. So you got to deal with that. The shockwave knocks you over all the time. She shoots lasers at her eyes.
Plus looking out for each other.
Yep.
Let alone, yep.
And I think you can fall off the edge of the building, right? Yeah, if you get too close, you can fall off.
Yeah, because I noticed that because trying to time it with in between the different functions, getting up close and just trying to just let loose.
And you can only hit her when she's close to you. And then there's purple guys and yellow guys. The Foot Clan show up and attack you after like a 4-minute fight.
Distract. Yep. So she can do her thing. Yep.
After like a 4-minute fight, we're thrown into a fight with Super Shredder.
Mm-hmm. Remember that?
This was a pain in the butt. He does like a mad dash back and forth, running you over, then leaking mutagen when he's like, getting mad, and the mutagen's leaking out all over, and that burns you.
You gotta back away just because he'll do a burst. Yeah. But you gotta time that sequence for sure.
He does, yeah. And you gotta hit him until he faints. Then he spawns a power ball around him, which is like round 2. And you have to wait for the timing because he's like getting mad, so he's like expounding all of his energy out, and then once that goes away, you can start beating on him. But then the next stage, the next stage is the Powerball and the 4 purple statues that he spawns around him. Once he like depletes that, then you can attack him. You gotta go hit him again until he uses all his powers. Eventually, you can get him. But I think if you time your attacks correctly, you could probably take him out pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the main thing.
If not, it took us like 3 or 4 times because we didn't even know
to do it.
We didn't know what the heck we were doing. We didn't know how to do it.
But once we started draining them, then we knocked them.
So
past Manhattan.
And so eventually he drains all his powers out. You beat him up, knock him out, and it's game over. And then
pizza time.
Yeah, there's a pizza time cutscene. They're watching TV, looking to get the glory from it, and then the frogs get all the glory.
Yeah.
The frogs save the day. I love it. What are they called? The super frogs or something?
Oh my gosh! Now I forget.
You just said it. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, need more coffee. We're live, right?
Yeah. You want me,
No, it's fine. I was just mentioning it because I couldn't think for a second. Just throwing some humor in there.
All right, so how'd you like the music and the hidden characters in the game? Like,
I think it was great because, let alone just for being a fan. So I don't want to say special treatment on them, but I think it's cool because there's other stuff other than the main agenda getting through that. That there's adds the fun nostalgic part to it that you see these other characters in there, you're in that that world, and I thought that was neat. And a reminder of some things of just in the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles world, even just like moving around with the vehicle, just going step by step, kind of made me think like Mario back in the day, just go to each stage.
And I love the nostalgia of it, and then when they threw in the extra characters, like you could find them along. I wish I should have wrote down the list of the characters that you could see.
And like unlocking Casey Jones.
And then there was another one too, like hidden one in the zoo. Remember when we first got in the zoo? Was it one of the frogs, or a frog, or one of the?
Have to look because there's probably stuff we may not even know that there's still.
There's one of the characters that they had in the show. Oh yeah, we forgot the neutrinos. Remember, the neutrinos were in there too.
Really? Okay.
I thought the girl was. I can't remember her name.
More likely.
Now I'm going to look. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I'm going to Google it. If you guys know, leave leave a comment. Let us know about the neutrinos being in it because I think so, but don't quote me on it.
Excuse
So
me.
yeah, I like the music in it. It brought back the nostalgia. The hidden characters brought back the nostalgia for me. I loved it. Did it meet your expectations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say so too.
I think in story mode, if you get all the crystal shards, that is a special quest with the neutrinos to unlock them.
Okay. And then there's other unlockable characters.
Yeah,
There was like
based
2 or
on
3
the things
DLCs
doing-
that came out later on. Like a year later, the first one came out, and then like 6 months later, the next one, and then after that, there's like 1 or 2 more little ones. But so yeah, it met all my expectations. I loved it for a beat 'em up. It
Mm-hmm.
it was a great beat 'em up. It was easy to figure out. It was easy to pick up on. As soon as you started playing, it's like, oh, this is what you do. This is what you do. You do it.
Just like the arcade.
Now, when I the first time I played this, it was me and the boys, and we beat it. It was when it first came out, and let's see, that was in 2022 when it first came out. And as far as replayability goes, you can just keep going back and playing it over and over and over. Even if you beat everything, you can still go back. It's always got that. And then, like, just for funsies, you could just keep playing. And then you level up your characters. Every one of the characters has a level. You can level up. You unlock special moves with them. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in it.
I think there's 10 cameos in total.
Okay.
So that'd be Bern Thompson, Irma, Attila the Frog, Genghis Frog, Napoleon Bonafrog, Vernon Fenwick, Rasputin the Mad Frog, Dask, Kala, and Zack.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was the other thing here? Okay, so what did you think about being able to play with up to 6 players? I never got to try that.
That I haven't played, but I'm interested
I've-
to be able to do more as a group to see not only just for the experience aspect of it, but what achievements you can get.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of nostalgic stuff, just let alone those cameos from past adventures from the Turtles, to be able to have them in there, what to do. I mean, that's only scratching the surface, really. I mean, that's part of it, but I mean, just going through the story. I mean, there's a lot more to offer if you're really digging in, and as you're going along. I think it'd be a lot easier to do with an entourage.
I've only played with up to 3 players, and that was awesome. The only problem that I think I found was getting confused as to who's who, which happens a lot. I've noticed the beat 'em ups. I can't tell who the heck I am half the time. I think that's kind of part of the fun.
It can be hard, but then at the same time, when you get used to everybody's niche, working as a group and a team and stuff, and then you can just combo and bounce back from each other, and that's part of it. Working as a team.
Yeah, that's
That part of
I like that. How
do that
is that
aspect.
teamwork
Yes.
aspect.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and then another thing.
Because you got
can
2 on
do-
each side. I mean, you can cover each other's back, and if anyone goes in the center, I mean, you rule the screen at that point.
Some of the cool things that were done in the game was like, obviously the special combo moves. You have like you have a special ability that you got to build up. You have like a super
You
special,
gotta build it up. Yep.
and you have to do it by doing the emotes. It's like
Right.
do a little dance kind of jig looking thing.
Like that until I think he's
And
like on a
everybody
phone
has their own.
and,
Everybody has their own little thing, and that
meditates.
builds up the power bar.
And you got to do that strategically. You got to do that every now and again. You got to make
Yeah.
sure that you're doing that as you go through. Yeah, absolutely.
And then
Yeah.
once you do that, then you there's a button you press, and then it's like does your super ability, and then going on a kick and butt spree. And then the other thing I didn't realize when we were playing is, so say there's only one pizza. If we were both low, one person can get the pizza. If you high fived each other, that would split the health bar and give the other person that was low, I think,
You
an
both
equal
benefit.
amount. So it like, I can't remember exactly how much, but it would just give you just enough
To break it up.
to get you through. So I thought that was cool. I didn't know that back then, but then when I was doing later research, I found that out. So we may have to try that again.
Well, that's an important tactic.
So yeah, exactly. Because sometimes there's only one pizza to share, or
Mhm.
there's only one pizza, and you got to decide, okay, who's going to do it this time, who's going to do it next time.
What would you do if there's only one slice of pizza left? Who's gonna fight for it, right?
Rock,
Oh, you gotta
paper,
share.
scissors. No, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
One, two, oh.
It's rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Big Bang Theory.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways. So what do you think about the game's storyline?
As far as the whole mission,
Yeah, like,
going through for Krang?
Shredder and Krang are
at it again.
at it again.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you gotta save humanity by defeating Krang and his minions and Shredder from taking over. So I mean, I guess it's the same kind of concept as what you'd expect, but
It's
I
kind of
liked
same,
it.
but
It was
it's
okay.
It's kind of like, okay, this. I don't want to say the same story. I don't want to go that like that, but at the same time, I mean, I think all the way through it, I didn't think anything like that. It's just like that's what the game's about. You got a mission you got to complete,
Yep.
and get it done.
Yep.
Cowabunga.
What changes could have been made to this to make it better? Do you think? That's a tough question.
To make it better, I don't know. I like the style and the format how it was made. I know because there's so many open world games now, and I mean that's great. But for this, I think it was kind of nice, to the point, stages going through, and each part is packed with its own thing to keep it going.
Oh yeah, then another thing I forgot to mention. Was it hard to play and beat? What do you think? Was it just right? Was it too hard? Too easy?
And the mode we had, I think I kind of felt like it was a speed run in a way, but I'd say, I think it was just right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I did
it
too.
wasn't
I think
easy.
it was balanced.
It wasn't like overkill hard, but but at the same time, like you definitely had to learn what you could do, and we didn't have to restart too many times. Even though, yeah, we did, because things didn't go the way we wanted it to, or just learning the really tough fights on what we were doing, but we got it done. I mean, it wasn't too much stress.
Yeah. I think it was just right. I think I could have
Just
tolerated.
with the story, we went right through it.
I think I could have tolerated the bosses being a little bit longer, especially the single ones. But I mean, yeah, I guess because I was kind of in the mood for a speed run, so it was nice not having to sit there for 20 minutes. But maybe an extra minute or two, I think, would have been fine too. If anything, like it was, but I think it was really well balanced.
I mean, even with the moves that they have, I'd like to see a little bit more, because I think it's just fun. And sometimes it's like you get to that point where you're playing it and you know what moves you can do, where it's like you want to see that on the screen, as you're playing, doing a backflip to do a kick, or jumping over doing side and then doing your, I don't know, that's me, but choreography, right? But it was entertaining. But you want to see that, it's part of it, But I'd like to see more combos, And there could be some that you could do, but have to be unlocked. I don't know.
All right, and then one of the things I forgot to bring up was at the end of every board, that showed the total knockouts for each character. You see that? Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah, we were comparing it as we were going through. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
So
I remember that.
So that was kind of cool. I mean, like I don't really care about that, but at the same time, for people that do, it was there.
Yeah,
it was there.
Sure.
So yeah, let's see. What should we give this as a rating? How about we do on a scale from 1 to 4, because there's 4 turtles.
4 turtles?
Yeah. So on a scale from 1 to 4, would you give this game? Because there's 4 turtles.
3.
3? Okay.
Because I like it out of the total of 4. Because I know there's more that again, I haven't played a lot of Casey Jones. There's more of the cameos. I know stuff about them, but haven't done, because we've pretty much focused on the story. I know there's more to it, and have more fun to it, to its full potential.
Yeah.
But gotta have room to to get more into it. But it's solid. It's what I'd expect in a game. It was fun. It was entertaining.
Yeah, I'd say on a scale from 1 to 4, I kind of like to say 4. I'll do 3.5. Because there's just a little tiny bit
solid.
Yeah. I give it a
solid
3.5 out of 4. So yeah, I love the game, everything about it. Now that we have the Cowabunga collection, we need to go back, and then there's other games.
Oh yeah, it kind of blends together. You really get, it's like
because I've played, I think, 3 or 4 different.
Oh, cat fight.
Yeah, because Monster don't like anybody. I think I've played 3 or 4 different Ninja Turtle games, and I think out of them, so far this one was the most enjoyable.
Yeah, story wise, I
mean,
think you know.
They all were awesome. The ones I played,
mhm.
but I think this one was more enjoyable. I'm guessing because just the way it was, just the way it was set up.
Turtle power.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do. I was gonna share with you the meaning of cowabunga.
All right, here we go. California dreaming.
It's a greeting, but there's a certain because if you if you type somebody a message that says cowabunga, it'll say
Ping 10.
to decipher it. You
Mhm.
click on that and it tells you it means like love life or there's something along the lines. I can't remember what the heck it is.
Woohoo! Dun, dun.
Used to express delight or satisfaction. Cowabunga is an actor's dream. So, what is cowabunga slang for? Cowabunga is used informally to express excitement or exhilaration. There you go, guys. So, cowabunga to you guys, and I just want to thank you guys for watching and listening, and I appreciate your support. If you liked what you've seen, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like it and share it. And check us out on Facebook. We are now on TikTok, and When I Trukin. If you need to get hold of us for any reason, we do have an email address now. It's called gamechatandchill@yahoo.com. And anything else I can think of?
Cowabunga?
Cowabunga.
Woo!
Don't forget,
All right.
guys, just keep gaming.
Oh, hot of juice, bro. Oh, hot of juice, bro.
Think of trying to steal my story.
Dynamite strike!